around, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome everyone to the Racers Elite Next Gen series here on the Racers Elite Network and the Sim Racing Media Facebook page. I'm Alan Bergen, just south of St. Louis here in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio, where we're going to bring you 80 laps of heart-pounding action here with the Racers Elite Cup Series. And ladies and gentlemen, this is shaping up to be a great finish to the regular season. Just 2 weeks left here, and we got 14 cars signed in here to do battle with Alan Bergen, yours truly. 16 points out of the cut line with Riley Frost, 16 points to the good. But nonetheless, here we are. We're getting ready to, we're actually qualifying right now with about 4 minutes left. And right now, Chris Wold holds the top spot in qualifying with Andrew Teft there in second position. Ed Jurgen so far qualifying third. Riley Frost just timed in on his second lap going to 53.75. While Nathan Brzezowski has timed in, well, he's timed in 8th quickest. Aaron Marquis timing in 9th fastest. Diego Rodriguez back there in 12th. And Alex Teft timing in here, working on this actual timed lap here. We're going to go with him, the pride of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, I would say. watch these 14 cars do battle. Driver out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. Attempt the Alex version. And Chris Wolf atop of the pile. Alex Tuff coming out of turn and 4 down that super stretch. He's going to take the high line on his first lap. His first lap's going to be good enough for 13. 54.161 rather. 54.161. The time to beat right now is a 53.67. Let's see if he can do any better on his first lap as he's got about a minute left here to qualify. Is going to come to a close here in about a half of a minute. And big stripe. Fourth quickest of a 53.71 for Alex Tuft. Christopher Pendel opting not to take a qualifying lap there. Here we go. We're going to get these guys into their race cars. Meanwhile, while they're doing that, we're going to go over that race information real quickly. It is a steamy one here in Talladega, Alabama, with a track temperature on the north side of 107, while the air temperature is at 81 degrees and a 51% relative humidity under a partly cloudy sky and a 10-mile-an-hour wind. So that could either be a tailwind or a headwind. We don't know because it's a virtual racetrack. These guys get into their cars. Let's go over that starting grid. On the pole here tonight, out of the Underdog Racing stable will be Chris Wolf. Andrew Tuft out of Chicken Coop Racing in the pride of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, will be on his outside. 2 is inside. On the inside of road, number 2 will be Ed Jurgen, and to his outside will be Alex Tuft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. Curtis Ecker will be in the inside of row number 3, while Diego Rodriguez will be flanking him to his outside. Gary Bowman at number 29 car, he'll start 7th, and out of Boone, North Carolina will be Troy Thomason at number 3 car. Truth Hope will be starting on the inside of row number 5 out of Hickory, North Carolina. And Riley Frost, one of our neighbors from the north, he'll start in that 10th position. Starting 11th will be Aaron Marquis, and to his outside. Starting 12th will be Nathan Brozowski. That'll round out your 14 cars starting lineup here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got 75 laps of smart pounding action. We're going to bring you some onboard camera shots with Andrew Tuft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, and that McDonald's number 98 car. Troy Thomas will be bringing you that Team Goodrich Chevrolet onboard. North Carolina. There we go. Little inside peel back the curtain. Aaron Markey in at number 41 going to be bringing us some onboard shots, but here we go. We are going to get ready, get these guys cranked up here. iRacing.com pace car brings this field down through the tri-oval. So we didn't want anything interfering with our talking here. But nonetheless, the pace car is getting ready to make that hard left turn. Chris Wold and Andrew Tuff on the front row. As the Geico restart zone brings the pace, or the field brings the car to the start finish line. Barney's got that flag raised up, and we are through the Geico restart zone. We are down and away here in Talladega. Let's go racing. Gonna bring out the caution. They're gonna get much time by. So what might happen there? Let's see what happened to Nathan Brodowski here. Okay, let's let's get to the chopper. Let's see what happened there to Nathan Brodowski. There we are. We're just pacing. Ooh, a car just doesn't. Ooh, might have been the 41 cars. We're gonna bring it out to the live picture here. Not the way we want to start the race off. We're gonna do it again here. So that iRacing.com pace car brings the field through turns 1 and 2 again. Actually, we might be coming to turn 3 and 4 there. Yep, we're coming to turn 4. We're getting ready to go racing. 75 laps is the distance. This racetrack is hot. Barney awaiting the field once again. We're going to try it again. Take number 2. The iRacing.com pace car gets ready to bring the field to green. Chris Wold, Andrew Taft. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get those 5-part harnesses pulled. We are going racing as we go through the Geico restart zone. We are off and away. Lap 1 and Alex Tuft leads the field through the tri-oval with Diego Rodriguez right in tow. Here comes Troy Thomas though on the outside. He's got a drafting partner in Riley Frost there in that number 96 car with Nathan Brodowski bringing up the third car in line on that outside. Andrew Tuft not too far behind his brother there in that number 98 car as these guys are slicing and dicing down the spec straightaway here at 193 miles an hour. No shifting here at the Talladega Super Speedway. These guys will have it in fourth gear all night long. One single file line. These guys are going to get about 20 to 25 laps out of the full take. Tires probably will have most likely have a play in the race itself. I want to thank everybody for having us here on the Racing Network and the Sim Racing Media Facebook page. As Curtis Acker goes back time with a 50.24 in the draft. There in the number 8 car, Jack Daniels Jack and Coke sponsored number 8 car. Diego Rodriguez there in second position. We're going to go on board with him already. Driver out of Adrian, Michigan. And I mean, if there's one driver that can do drafting well, it is Diego Rodriguez out of Adrian, Michigan, as we're looking to the back of Alex Stuff, number 43 Toyota Camry. And just behind him is Andrew Stuff out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. And these guys are not doing anything egregious. It's only lap 4. Stay in line, be cool, be calm, cool, and collected here, right? So Chris Will back here in line up Tucson, Arizona. A little early for him. And then you get to about Ed Jurgen here, and that number 92 car out of New Jersey there. Well, I just froze when I Nathan Brazowski out of Scotland, who we normally see race on Sunday nights with the Icon Cup Series. No one doing anything to egregious just yet, as these guys are all but single filed out here on lap number 75. Alex Stubb continues to lead the freight train here as we have all went to the bottom of the racetrack. These 18-inch tires will come into play here as we have 71 or 76 laps to go. Wow. Alex Tuff leading the freight train out of turn number 2, down out of turn number 4. Wow, I really got to work on one up track. I feel like Michael Waltrip going, I'm at the wrong track. But nonetheless, here we are. Alex Tuff, Diego Rodriguez, and Adrian Tuff, your top 3 so far. 6 laps, 70 laps to go here. Chris Wold continues to run that 4th position. Really no one moving up, moving down. Alex Tuff up 3 spots. Diego Rodriguez up 4. And we already got a car going through. Oh, Troy Thomas hard into the wall. Troy Thomas went off the racetrack. And, oh no. Ooh, what a hit for that number 3 car. He's got the fast repair. Let's go on board with, oh boy. Let's back this up just a little bit here as we break the 4th wall. I don't know exactly what happened there, but here we are. Let's come down the back there. That car just takes an immediate left. Oh, boy. And that was all she wrote about that one. He's on pit road getting the service done. He's going to go a lap down. Troy Thomas will be a lap down as the field goes by. Alex continues to lead this one. Diego Rodriguez running second. Andrew Tuff still running in that 3rd position. No one really breaking away just yet. We're going to keep an eye on Troy Thomas as he surely should be using that fast repair. That is really going to hurt him in the playoffs. And taking a look at that playoff projection right now coming into tonight's race. Coming into tonight's race, Riley Frost, 16 points to the good. While Truce Hoke is 50, or Troy Thomas is 50 points inside running 7th in the standing right now. So you're surely 16 points out of the playoffs with Riley Frost, you know, going to be solidly in the playoffs by the end of the night. And, well, yeah. Lap number 9, Troy Thomas back on the racetrack after getting a fast repair in that number 3 car. As we are 10 laps in, and you know, here's the thing: he's already 1 lap down. He was getting that fast repair squared away. So, you know, so right now, Alex Tubb continues to lead this one. Troy Thomas is going to go 2 laps down here in the very near future. There's Troy Thomas, and here comes the field. Troy Thomas is going to go to the outside, let these guys scoot beyond, quickly on by. Now he's going to be the lap car. He's going to be the first car a lap down. So if he gets to go, gets the proverbial caution flag, and not the caution, he will get one of his laps. As we're working lap number 11, it was 75 to be ran here. Troy Thomas just went down. Andrew Tefter in that number 98 car. He is continually running 3rd right now. These guys really haven't made a move. They're just kind of content of riding where they're at right now and just being able to run with it, kind of do their thing. Here on lap number 12, Alex Tefter, Andrew running 3rd. Go on board with Mr. Truce Hoke here out of Hickory, North Carolina there in that AC Delta on board. Pride of Hickory, North Carolina. They're thinking about it. So this home last. Troy Thomas found his way back to the line. He says if you can't be up there, racing for the win, racing on the lead lap, he's at least need to help his teammate out. North Carolina, Hickory, North Carolina, that is. He's trying to catch back up to Aaron Marquis. And here comes that snaking of cars right now. Riley Frost just inside the top 10 there in that number 96 ride. And he's a great driver on the mile and a half. Troy Thomas steps out of line, takes Truce Hoke with him. They're the only two. Who else can take the bait? Aaron Marquis is going to go to the outside line. And we're going to have green flag pit stop here. That's going to be the other thing too. It's a slick racetrack. You got to get down to 55 miles an hour. You have to get down to interstate speed to get on the pit road. And you got to do all that without wrecking or crashing. Alex Tubb continues his 14-lap domination. And they're trying to go to the outside. Troy Thomas, Truce Hoke takes the Mitchell to the outside. Here comes Christopher Pendel. Christopher Pendel on that number 94 car. I think it's sucked up to that number 55 ride. We're going to keep an eye on that and many more things as they have just oh my goodness. It just left. Me speeches up here. I didn't look you. 15 laps in here to the 75 lap race. The 3 truck, Troy Thomas, just set the fastest lap of the race. He's got the pace. He's trying to get around Alex Tepp to get one of his laps back. He's got to do that and hope the caution comes out. The 3 drivers there, Troy Thomas and Truth Hope, have collectively made the decision to go to the outside. And Nathan Brzozowski and Riley Frost have all taken the bait. Here comes Christopher Pendel. Troy Thomas to the front. He's going to get one of his laps back, but they're not done. My math is correct. They are 4 laps away from pit stop right now. They're going to start thinking about getting back in line. Troy Thomas has got to start thinking about dropping back down. And if I'm a betting man right now. There he goes. Like Troy Thomas is actually listen to me, Troy. You do your thing. Christopher Pendel sets the fastest lap of the race with 50.02. 52nd lap. They're hauling the mail here. Christopher Pendel trying to get sucked up to the back bumper of Riley Frost. At least they're going to make it exciting. Driver out of Aberdeen, Ohio. Finally getting stuck up that bumper here. He's going to jump down the misfits all drop down to the inside line. That's only mean one thing. That means pit stops are just getting ready to happen here. Thank everybody for tuning in here on the Racing Elite Network and the Sim Racing Media YouTube page as we are watching the Racers Elite Cup Series here. So far, Christopher Pendel now being shown as leader. Aaron Marquis and Drew Coach are top 3, as they had absolutely shuffled back Christopher Pendel and Aaron Marquis. And still, your top 3. The 2 Test brothers making it work here on the outside line. We're 20 laps or 19 laps in. We're going to go ahead, step aside, pay some bills here on Sim Racing Media and the Racers Elite Network. So we're going to go side by side. Welcome back to the Racing Elite Network and the Sim Racing Media Facebook page as we bring you coverage of the Racing Elite as we got 51 laps left here to go. I'm Alan Bergen, just south of St. Louis here in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio as we are watching green flag pit stops now. You know, drivers like Chris Wold taking the lead, Edward Jurgen, Gary Bowman, Nathan Brozowski, Christopher Pendel, Aaron Marquis, and Diego Rodriguez has all been on pit road. So we're about where they said they were. Riley Frost back there in 11 with Alex Tefts, who had started, you know, towards the front. Truce Hope takes a slide to the grass. That's going to be an unsafe pit entry. That's really going to hurt him here as Edward Jurgen and Chris Wold and Gary Bowman all come down pit road to get their pit services. And that's going to cycle Andrew Teft back to the front of the field. They're going to come out, him and Curtis Ecker are going to come out just ahead of the 07 car, Nathan Brozowski. Nathan Brozowski, you know, making the outside win. He's got Christopher Pendel on his back bumper, trying to steal the race lead. I want to thank everybody, our partners here at Sim Racing Media, the premier setup shop. We want to thank GR Sim Rigs and Accessories, Admin Buttonbox, and the Racing Elite Network for having us here tonight on Sim Racing Media. Aaron Martin, the number 41 car, currently running 5th, right behind Christopher Pendel. Now, Edward Jurgen and Gary Bowman are going to come out ahead of these guys. Nathan Brozowski is going to move that line to the outside. Just behind these guys, just behind Diego Rodriguez, is Andrew Teft. Chris Woltz coming down pit road, actually coming up pit road right now, as Troy Thomas is going right by him. Troy Thomas and Andrew Zoser are both down on one lap now. It has not been a very nice night for the Misfits racing team. And Nathan Brozowski in that number 07 car, making that inside line to work, and commanding the whole field right now. Christopher Pendel continues to run second. Alex Teft there. He is back there in 11th. He's got a 3-car little tandem going here with Riley Frost and Paul Shaw. We're going to go on board right now with Paul Shaw, right? Who's continuing to just, there we go. He's got the rear view mirror full of Riley Frost there inside the top 10. There's the backside of Riley Frost car. Number 96. If there's one way to get some free airtime, do what Alex Teft did. Put some future Rama paint on your car. High above the drone cam here as Paul Shaw and Riley Frost. We're watching this little battle. Riley Frost pushing Paul Shaw down that back straightaway. How much longer can he do it, though? We are working lap 29. 28 laps into the history books. Christopher Pendel looking to the inside. Trying to shuffle the 07 car to the outside. Christopher Pendel running second. Aaron Marquis continues to follow there. Andrew Teft thinks about going to the outside. He's going to do it. He's got no ticker. He knows that Chris Wold can get him to the front there in that number 40 car. Here he comes to the outside. We're working lap number 30 and 75. They're both going to fall in line. But right behind these guys is, well, Curtis Ecker. And these guys are not a lot down just yet. Nathan Brzozowski continues to follow the lead here. Continues to be the lead. Christopher Pendel right on his tail. And it's real hard for the Chevys to get sucked up to the back of the, or for the Fords to get sucked up to the Chevrolet. Here we are on board with Christopher Pendel out of Aberdeen, Ohio. Gatorade number 94 car. Here approaching halfway. Troy Thomas back on the pit road. He's going to come down and get his service driver out of Blue, North Carolina. And that number 3 car. He is on pit road. We don't know if he's done for the night, but nonetheless, he's going to leave pit road. He's going to come back onto the racetrack and go 2 laps down once again. Here comes Nathan Brzozowski into turn number 4. Troy Thomas is going to be a sitting duck. Troy Thomas going back 2 laps down. Chris Wold 1 lap down. True Toke 1 lap down. You don't want to win the race at the beer stand. Aaron Markey continues to run third. Christopher Pendel in that number 94 car. Currently running second. The 41 car of Aaron Markey continues to run third. No one's really stepping out of line. That's the thing. No one's stepping out of line. Troy Thomas checking in here in the YouTube deck of live chat. Let's go racing. Troy Thomas, if I'm a betting man's not having a fun night tonight. Laps in the history book. This time by working lap number 34. Tomorrow night at Shane Cochran and Emmett Crowe bringing all the action with the Racing Elite Gen 6 series. That's been a fun Friday night series. I'm taking the night off. That's the prior commitments tomorrow night, but nonetheless, down the back straightaway, down. Oh boy. The Alabama gang back straightaway. Thomas now 3 laps down to the leader. He's working lap 34. Driving on lap 34. On board with that driver of the number 92 car. Ed Yergin out of Alicia Hill, New Jersey. New Jersey. Wow. On board with Gary running out of ladies and gentlemen, they are not trying to win with the tires. That is how turbulent the air is with these race cars. These cars do not like that. And here comes Andrew Tester looking to the outside. Driver out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. And he's got Curtis Ecker with him. And guys who caught up, enter Paul Shaw, Alex Tuft, and Riley Frost. Those guys have just been inching their way. Andrew Tuft going in for the lead. He's going to bring Curtis Ecker with him and the outside line. Paul Shaw, Alex Tuft, Riley Frost being left behind. Not really, he's on the outside line too. And he is now, that's your top 5. They're all going to dive to the inside. Andrew Tuft back to the lead. here on lap number 36. On board we got Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola number 8. Running at the back of Andrew Tuck, number 98 Ford Mustang. Pennsylvania. Lap number 37, 36 left in the Paul Shaw running third. Alex Tuff running in that fourth position right now. That's where he started at. Riley Frost ended at the top 5. Alex Tuft running fourth, Riley Frost running fifth. And then you got Edward Jurgen back here. Gary Bowman, Chris Wool, who's a lap down. We would really love to see a caution as we are approaching the halfway point. Lap number 38 out of 75. And then there's Troy Thomas up ahead of Andrew Tuft. There's Andrew Tuft. We're going to go on board. You can almost see the eyeball test here. No, that's True Soak getting ready to go 2 laps down. True Soak. That is so uncharacteristic. That was that penalty that hurt him, that unsafe finish. He's going to go to the outside. And then try to find a place to settle in line. Goes. Now Edward Jurgen is going to go to the outside line. Now lap number 40, these guys have already put almost 15 laps on these tires. Taking another look at the weather. Taking another look at the weather, the track temperature is now 112 with an 82-degree ambient temperature. The humidity has gone down. Troy Thomas coming back on the pit road. Thomas getting services done at his car. Line number 21, Troy Thomas back on the pit road. Guys are pretty much seeing us all out. We're going to go ahead and step aside once again to pay some bills here at Some Racing Media and the Racers Elite Network. We're going to go step aside. You won't miss a thing here. welcome back to the Racing Elite Cup Series here on the 7 Racing Media Facebook page and the Racing Elite Network YouTube channel. Paul Shaw up to the lead here right now as we are working lap number 47 on 75 halfway to the finish here, just over halfway rather, as Alex Tuft is back in second position. Edward Jurgen back where he started from in third position. Oh, making +1. As Riley Frost has now moved up to the fourth spot. Riley Frost running fifth, up 5 spots where he started. Nathan Brzozowski started deep in the field, up 5 spots. He started 12th. He's up to 7th right now. And he's trying to figure out which line he wants to run. One time checking in the YouTube.com live chat saying his computer froze up twice. Yikes. Edward Jurgen in front with Truce Hope right behind him. Truce Hope 2 laps down. Troy Thomas, unfortunately, his computer wanted him to race to the beer station tonight. So, tough break for Troy Thomas, and then there was 13. Edward Jurgen going to the outside. He's got Chris Wold right in front of him. Chris Wold back to the end. Wold is flying down. Christopher Pendel on the back bumper of that number 55 car of Cruz Hoke. Those guys are 1 lap down. Cruz Hoke is Christopher Pendel. Well, he's the leader right now. So if you're Christopher Pendel, you got your teammate right in front of you. 26 laps to go here. You're Christopher Pendel, and you got your teammate who's a lap down. And you guys are just steady pulling away from the field here. There's one more pit stop coming up. Aaron Marquis back there in that 6th position. He's going to make it 3 wide with his teammate. He's going to dive down to the inside here. We have 26 laps left to go here in this one. Coming down the back straightaway, getting 25 laps to go. We're going to be commercial free for the rest of the evening. There's the story of the night. Christopher Pendel and that number 94 car. Edward Jurgen and that number 92 car. That's the battle of the 90s. Now you got Gary Bowman in 29. And then here's Paul Shaw in that number 25 car. As they're all going to dive for pit road. The Misfits blink first. Ed Jurgen going to go to the top of the pile with Gary Bowman, Paul Shaw, Alex Tuft, and the rest of the Chicken Coop Racing. These guys are all going to come down, get their services. And, ooh, some are taking tires. Some are taking lefts, some are taking rights. Chris Wolf is going to get one of his last ones. As the leader is pushing him down that back straightaway. We have 25 laps to go. This should be the money stop unless someone crashes. Coming down to get 24 laps left here to go. Edward Jurgen, Gary Bowman. Bismarck says, let's go 07, we'll go Brzozowski. There is Nathan Brzozowski drafting with Aaron Marquis. Now the Tuft brothers and Chicken Coop Racing are all on pit road, all 4 drivers are. Ed Jurgen and Gary Bowman continue to lead Christopher Pendel. Has come off pit road. He's in 7th, and he's got Diego Rodriguez on his tail. Now Chicken Coop Racing is going Gary Bowman, Ed Jurgen on pit road. Chris Wold Paul Shaw coming off the road. Andrew Tuff coming off the road. Alex Tuff coming off the road, and so is Curtis Ecker. So that's going to cycle in here. A little over 24 laps to go. That's going to cycle Christopher Pendle back to the lead, along with that number 20 car of Diego Rodriguez. Number 53, 52 laps in the history book. We're getting close to the end of this one. Here comes Ed Jurgen and Gary Bowman. Back onto the racetrack in front of Christopher Pendle. That number 94 car is just absolutely glued to the back bumper of Truth Hope. There they are. Now, Christopher Pendle can't ride behind the teammate too long. If he's going to use his teammate to get to the front, Truth Hope says if I'm a lap down, I can at least help my teammate. And give the lead to Christopher Pendle. Rodriguez there. We're coming up on 20 to go here. Diego Rodriguez continues to run second. Christopher Pendle continues to lead this thing. Laps left to go here. Diego Rodriguez. Ed Jurgen continues riding at third position. Truth Hope one lap down in front of these guys. Then you come just a little bit further back. You got Aaron Marquis, Nixon Brazowski, and Riley Frost. Riding back there 8. And a Chicken Coop Racing contingent. These guys come out of turn number 4. Christopher Pendle continues to lead the way here with 20 laps to go. Alex Tuff just sets the fastest lap of the race with a 49.86. In fact, Curtis Ecker, Alex Tuff, and Andrew Tuff all set the exact same lap. Diego Rodriguez in the lead. That's at number 94 car. Truth Hope trying to stay one lap down. Chris Wolf is now 2 laps down. Diego, Ed Jurgen, Gary Bowman, Aaron Marquis, Riley Frost, Christopher Pendle. All on the lead. One lap down, trying to keep it that way. But Christopher Prindle gets around that number. It's going to put him 2 laps down. 3 out of the 5 Mr. teammates are running one through the rear. Chris Hope, as a reminder, is 1 lap down. But he is essentially trying to stay ahead of Christopher Prindle. As Riley Frost continues to run in 6th position. He is on the back bumper of Aaron Marquis. Next week, the series heads to wonderful Pocono Raceway. We go to Pocono for the last race of the regular season. June 10th, the Truck Series goes to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for their last regular season race. "16 laps to go. Christopher Prindle still leads. He still leads the speeds with 16 laps to go. Diego Rodriguez on his tail. Cruz Hope still fighting to stay on at least 1 lap down. So it's a caution does come out. He's got that lucky dog in the pocket. He's trying to overcome an unsafe pit road entrance. Just 14 cars in the field. We have 13 cars left on the racetrack. Troy Thomas will win the race to the beer stand. It's a race you don't want to win, but someone's got to win it, right? Just saying. Not a race. Someone's got to win. Diego Rodriguez with 14 laps to go. Who's had I tell you what, he has had a multitude of wins here on various racetracks. Diego Rodriguez, do not sleep on that number 20 car. Right now, his teammate Christopher Prindle continues to lead the speeds. He actually just stepped out with 14 laps to go. Chris Wold here is 2 laps down. Make it 3. But Edward Jurgen is going to use Chris Wold to get to the front. Now, once he does, he's going to go in front of Cruz Hope, and so is Gary Bowman. Oh, we got trouble. Chris Wold gets in the... Oh, no. And we have our caution number 1 for the night here with 13 laps to go. Yikes. Gary Bowman just, oh boy. Here it is. Chris Wold gets, boom. No, Chris Wold caught a bad bump. Gets in Diego and then away along from the right he goes. Let's see what happened from Chris Wold's perspective. Here we go. Driving. This one. Oh. Chris, or Garrett Bowman nursing that thing back to the pit road. So we are now 12 laps to go. So we are going to do this. Christopher Pendell is Alan up here in the SRM booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, look, man. Here you come down pit road. Here you are, running second to Edward Jurgen. What's it going to take to get past that number 92 car here as you come off pit road and come back to the green flag?
Just have my friends out there, man. Truth and Andrew and all those guys. Aaron, I just get my 4 tires here and get some buddies to help me out, and hopefully I can make a run there at the end. I really didn't want to see that caution, man. I think me and Diego was sitting in a good spot there, and we had finished 1-2 there with Truth in front of us. But I don't know. Well, hopefully this thing goes at green and I have a good finish out of it.
10-4, yeah. Truth is, 1 lap down all night long. What's that balance? Because, you could have easily just passed through and went around him and put him 2 laps down. Take us to that mindset of kind of protecting your teammate there while keeping the lead.
Well, that's another thing too. Like, just trying to make sure he stays only 1 lap down, and also using him as a while. I was also trying to save fuel because I was like a half a lap to a lap good there. Just using him to save fuel. He was about a lap and a half, 2 laps good to fuel. So he told me, he said, just stay in front. I'll stay in front of you. I'll pull you around. And it kind of worked. It kind of worked out there because I was committed to his rear bumper the whole rest of the race, no matter what happens. So, yeah, I was just doing my best there and working with my teammate Truth there. And now he's on the lead lap. So hopefully we can make some magic out of this.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, and hopefully we talk to you on the other side.
Hopefully so, man. Thank you for broadcasting tonight, man. We appreciate it.
Yep, no worries. And that was Christopher Pendell out of the Misfits Racing stable. As we're still under caution here. One other driver we're going to talk to who we have 11 laps to go. We're going to talk to the driver of the number 96 car out of the High, Wide, and Handsome Racing stable here. Riley Frost is Alan up here in the SRM booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, look, man. 16 laps good to the good here in the cut line. As you're racing here for a playoff berth, but nonetheless, take us through that mindset and what it's going to take to stay above that cut line.
Well, right now, at this point in time, I'm going to try and find somebody who wants to go to the front. I don't got no teammates here, so whoever's going forward, I'm going to go with them.
Well, look, man, once again, you're probably going to end up in the playoffs. And I wish I could have raced it out with you, but here I am in the booth, not on the racetrack, but that's a different story for a different day. But nonetheless, before we get you out of here, we want to say good luck, and hopefully we talk to you on the other side.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right.
Sounds good. 10-4. And that was the driver of the 96 car, Riley Frost, out of Gary, New Brunswick, as we get ready to come back to Green Flag Racing. Andrew Tess, Gary Bowman on the front row here right now for this restart with 10 laps to go. And if you're Christopher Pendle, you need to get back to the front as quickly as humanly possible. And that's gonna mean, you know, getting to the back bumper of Alex Tuff. Now, Alex Tuff is one of those drivers that are really good at getting other drivers to the front. Truth Hook back on the lead lap. He's going to be starting at the tail end of the longest line. And if there's anybody that can make some magic happen as the iRacing.com pace car pulls off on the pit road, this is a much needed break for these guys. Nonetheless, Barney's got the green flag in hand. We're going to go back to the starter cam. There he is. There's Barney. He's got the green flag. He's had the night off. He's only had to work once. He took Tuesday night off. Green flag is back out. We're racing 10 to go here. Still goes driven by Barney the flagman. And there is Andrew Tuff and Diego Rodriguez leading the charge to the front. Nathan Brodowski's going to make it to the inside. That's going to free up a hole for Curtis Hector. He thinks, nope, he's going to go back to the inside. He's going to block the outside line. He's going to kill the run. But the number 92 car, Gary Bowman had received. Nathan Brodowski wants to win this really, really fast. Diego Rodriguez right there in second position with 9 laps to go. Andrew Tuff continues to lead here. Truth Hook back there. Almost in danger of losing the draft. He's got to get in line behind the number 41 car, Aaron Marquis. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, here's where all the action is. There's more action than the AM right now. Andrew Tuff continues to lead the charge here on the inside line. Here we're going to be slicing and dicing. Whoa, we're loving, touching, and squeezing now. Diego Rodriguez. Whoa, easy there, Gary. Easy. Christopher Pendle mired back there in that position. Alex Tuff gonna try the outside line. Christopher Pendle gonna go right along with them. 8 laps to go. Christopher Pendle's gonna side draft Aaron Marquis. He's gonna jump in line behind Aaron and Chris Wold, who's 3 laps down. Andrew Tuff on the inside line. Diego Rodriguez, Curtis Hector, your top 3. Riley Frost runs right now. 7 laps to go. These guys are in one single file line right now. Half a dozen to go. And just like that, Edward Jurgen sets the fastest lap of the race with a 49.82. As he is caught up to the number 40 car of Chris Wold. Truth Hook back by himself. He has essentially lost the draft right now. And Diego Rodriguez is stuck like glue to the back of the number 98 McDonald's machine. Ed Jurgen still with the best lap of the race. As that outside line's trying to get organized. 5 lanes, 5 laps to go. Tuff, Rodriguez, Eckler, Frost, Shaw, Brodowski, Bowman. That's your top 7 right now. Andrew Tuff in the number 98 car continues to lead this thing. Diego Rodriguez bringing up second position. Next week we go to Pocono, the tricky triangle. Diego behind that number 98 car, behind Andrew Tuck. Here comes Gary Bowman. Gary Bowman trying to make a move to the outside. Here comes, oh, Alex Tuck goes to the extreme outside. He's going to lose 3 positions. No one took the bait. We have 4 laps to go. And these guys come down that back straightaway. And you got out of turn number 3 to get 3 laps to go. We're getting down to it. Diego's thinking about making a move. Who else is going to make the move? We're good. It's the calm before the storm. Someone's got to try something. They've been peeking and poking all night long. 3 laps to go. 3 to go. Diego Rodriguez. I don't know. He's got to try something. Here comes Gary Bowman on the outside. He's bringing Ed Jurgen with him. Nathan Brozowski back there in that 10th position. That's where he's mired at right now. And we are coming out to 3 and 4. They come down to the short stretch. Triangle. Top 6 of 6 are in the air. 2 laps to go. Eight corners in the triangle. That's all Andrew Tuck needs. Diego Rodriguez got to start thinking about the move. Here comes that number 29 car, Gary Bowman. He's up to 4th. He's got Ed Jurgen, Chris Wolden, Christopher Pindell in the line with him. These guys work out of turn number 3 and 4. Down to the short stretch. Top 6 of 6 go down. Through the triangle, and we're waving the doctor's jacket. Top 6 of 6 go down the white flag, because now we're racing back to checkered flag. Now you so quick to make the move. Here comes Gary Bowman. Ed Jurgen gets turned. It doesn't matter, we're racing back to checker. We'll go back to check on that. Curtis Hacker gonna step out of line. Riley Frost gonna go with him. Diego Rodriguez is glued to the back of that number 98 car. Here comes Curtis Ecker. To the outside, he's got Riley Frost. Pushed him through the corner. Curtis Ecker gonna get past Andrew Tuck through the tri-oval. Riley Frost goes to the inside. It's gonna be Riley Frost gets the win. Curtis Ecker finishing 2nd. We're gonna go back to that one right there. Let's go back to this replay right here. Riley Frost locks himself into the playoffs. And right there, just ahead. Let's see here. Let's go to this one right here. That is the finish. A photo finish with Curtis Ecker. Man, there it is. And so we're going to go back out to the live picture here. As Riley Frost is elected not to burn it down. man, oh man. Let's go back to. Um, let's go back to this one right here. This is Chris Wold. We're gonna unpack all of this. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna rewind it here. Break that proverbial fourth wall once again. Riley Frost getting it done here at Talladega, but this is the white flag lap right here. Edward Jurgen catching his bad foot from the number 40 car. Oh boy, Edward Jurgen goes for a ride. So we're going to go on board right here before we get our drivers up here in the broadcast booth. We're going to go and do this one. Here we go. So this is the last lap here. Going into the corner and just a bad bump. Nothing. Nobody can jump it. Boy, what a ride that he went for. But nonetheless, let's get our drivers. Oh, they're already there. Up here into the broadcast booth. And first up, we're going to go ahead and talk to Gary Bowman. Gary, it's Alan up here in the SRM booth. How's it going, bud?
All right, how you doing, Alan?
Hey, look, man. Finishing third behind a photo finish. Take us through that last lap and how crazy that was as you saw Edward Jurgen in your rearview mirror just absolutely going for a ride.
Yeah, it looked like. Do you go up on his side? Yeah, it looked pretty wild. He was pushing me pretty good. And I was trying to get turned and going through the turns, but yeah, we were making some time. Next thing I know, he's like flipping around.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to tell you what, man. What a good run for you tonight in that number 29 car. What's your thoughts as we head into Pocono next Thursday night?
I like Pocono. That's a good track. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm happy with third tonight. After having the issue, I had to actually come in the pits and get a fast repair there.
Definitely. Well, before we get you out of here, who do you like to think and who helped you get it done here on that number 29 car?
I got to thank teammates at Lounge Racing, Ed and Chris, and my lovely wife, and all the grandkids. Helped me pick colors for the car and all that fun stuff. So, and of course you for putting on a broadcast, and Andrew for running the league.
Awesome. Well, once again, congratulations on that third place finish tonight, and we'll see you next week at Pocono.
All right, thanks, Alan.
Yep, and that was the voice of Gary Bowman. Up next into the broadcast booth, the one and only Curtis Hacker. Curtis, boy, what a finish that you had with Riley.
Yeah, he definitely got the run on me. A little heartbreaking, but you'll have that.
I mean, look, man, you here lately, if you could just put one of these together, you would have been in victory lane tonight. But nonetheless, a great way to finish a race here. 75 laps on a hot track and a photo finish, man. You couldn't have got any better than that.
Yeah, it was excellent. Riley was a good pusher there. I was kind of giving the feel out to see if he wanted to go the outside, go for it there, and we made a heck of a run at it. And apparently, he made a little too good of a run at it. But yeah, it was definitely a great finish, and he was a great pusher. I didn't want to door him and use him up or so. I wanted it to be a clean finish to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week you're going to Pocono. I know that's one of your better tracks. Take us. What's your mindset as we next week we visit the Turkey Triangle?
Well, it's hometown track. I've never won there, but I always seem to run really pretty good there. And I mean, I don't have a chance to make the playoffs, so I'm going into every race and checkers or wreckers.
Absolutely. Well, Curtis, before we get you out of here, who do you like to thank and who helped you get it done here in that number 8 car?
I just want to thank my family, everybody in Chicken Coop Racing, Racers Elite, you all who do the awesome broadcasts every week, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, once again, congratulations on the photo finish, and we'll see you next week at the Tricky Triangle.
All right, thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of Curtis Eckert. And last but certainly not least, the man of the hour, Riley Frost. Riley, how's it going, my man?
Oh, pretty good now.
Hey, look, if there's any way you could win a race and have it scripted any better than that, pick a photo finish. And boy, I tell you what, man, just great respect for the way you and Curtis Eckert race. Take us through that last lap and what made you make the move that you made.
Well, I was really hoping that Curtis was going to make a move because I didn't want to be like a train all the way to the end. You really need somebody to go with you or else you're in trouble. And I didn't want to make that commitment first, so it all worked out well. He raced me real clean. I think I would have came down a little harder if I was in his shoes, but that's that.
Well, after talking to him, he said he didn't want to door you, but he wanted to race you hard. But nonetheless, next week we head into Pocono. It seems like those road course type racetracks there fit your driving style. What's it going to take to keep that 96 out front next week at Pocono?
Well, we're locked in. Pocono. We won't be out front there. Not in this car, no.
Absolutely. Well, Riley, before we get you out of here, who do you like to thank and who helps you get it done here on that number 96 car?
Well, I'd like to thank Andrew and you for being up here in the booth tonight. Race control. Everybody who puts these on, I guess. That's it.
All right. Well, and look, that car looks pretty plain. So if anybody out there wants to sponsor that number 96 car, reach out to Riley Frost and get your name on the side of his race car. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a great night. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
See you next week.
And that was your race winner, Riley Frost, as we get him exited out of here. What a good race here tonight. And I tell you what, it's been fun. But before we get out of here, we got one more bit of housekeeping to go over, and that is the final results here. As Chris, that's qualifying. We need race. Okay, there we go. Riley Frost picking up the checkers. Curtis Eckert finishing second. Gary Bowman rounding out your top 3. Nathan Brazowski will bring it home 4th. Paul Schultz will finish 5th and round out your top 5. Andrew Teft will bring it home 6th. Diego Rodriguez will finish 7th. Aaron Marquis will finish 8th. 9th will go to Christopher Pendel. Alex Teft will round out your top 10. While Truth Hoke will finish 11th. Ed Jurgen will finish 12th. Chris Wolf will finish 13th. And winning the race at the beer stand tonight will be Troy Thomas. Want to thank everybody from Racers Elite for having us on here tonight. And as you walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.